Hello, friends. This is Parag here, your host on Stay Strong podcast. Thank you very much for joining this podcast. It's my promise to bring you the best information in the field of kettlebell sport, and strength and conditioning. Today, we have a guest from Brazil. His name is Leonel. He started his fitness sporting journey with swimming at the age of 16, and after a few years, he started doing weightlifting. After doing swimming, then doing weightlifting, then he switched his gear to do running and powerlifting. This he was doing until the age of 41 when he started lifting kettlebells. Today he is almost 52. 10 years he's lifting kettlebells, and he's lifting kettlebells via online medium, competing in various competitions via online medium, and plus doing the nationals and international competitions in the United States, in Brazil, and various other places. We are going to understand his training program. His numbers, his results are incredible. Because of his sporting background in endurance, he is able to maintain the conditioning because he's been training very regularly, and that is a very plus point for the kettlebell sport, because swimming complements kettlebell sport simultaneously. Kettlebell sport complements swimming. How it is done exactly is what we are going to see in this podcast. This information is going to be very interesting. We are also going to see what nutrition he takes, how does he take care of his supplementation when it comes to competition, or even if it doesn't come to competition, how does he supplement himself. Probably if he's taking whey protein, how it is helping him. If he's having a very good nutrition plan, how it is helping him. What kind of rest does he take. We are going to deep dive in his mind and understand a lot of things. So guys, please help me welcome Leonel from Brazil. Yeah, hello friends. Thank you for joining. We have Leonel from Brazil today. I'm very excited because he has a very good background, and which he's going to share with all of us. Over to you, Leonel. Please give me your background, your sport background, and also your professional background. What do you do?
Okay, first of all, thank you. Thank you, Parag, for having me here. It's
Yes.
a, it's a great pleasure to share my experience in kettlebell sports. Well, my background in sports, I started sports very early
Okay.
because I used to live in front of a huge sports club in São Paulo called the
Okay.
Sports Clube Pinheiros.
Okay.
And I started doing several sports, uh, and mainly swimming. I was swimming when I was a teenager and a young boy.
Okay.
Uh, 9 or 10 years of swimming national level.
Okay.
Uh, I did diving, I did judo, I did soccer, but mainly swimming
Okay.
until the age of 16.
Okay.
Then I quit swimming. I started weightlifting,
Okay.
and I did weightlifting more bodybuilding style uh, since then, since the
Okay.
age of 17, 18 years old. Uh, and I did powerlifting, a little powerlifting, uh, and always weightlifting. Then I started to run,
Okay.
to run
Okay.
marathon,
So that was
and,
when?
and yeah, endurance events, half marathon, 10K,
Okay.
5K,
Okay.
and always with weightlifting at the background because
Okay.
uh, I like it, and
Okay. Okay.
I I felt very good
Okay.
doing it. Then I started at the same time jiu-jitsu and a little judo, and at the age of 41, uh, 10 years ago, I started kettlebell sport. It's something like that. My sports background. I have a good strength background and a good endurance background also.
Basically, who introduced kettlebell sport to you at the age of 41?
Yeah, it was the year of 2013, and I didn't know anything about kettlebell sport. I didn't know the existence of the sport, and it was by internet and searching and reading. I knew a guy called Mike Mahler and Pavel and the hard style system, and I didn't know nothing about sports, and I ordered a pair of kettlebell iron cast, but they were terrible. The pieces were terrible, and I started training. My main goal was to reach 100 repetitions match in 5 minutes. This was my first goal, and I tried and achieved this after 3 or 4 months of training. And then Steve Carter came to Brazil, and I attended his seminar, and they introduced us for a little part of the sport, and I knew about the sport at that time, and I was interested and started to training kettlebell sports on my own, but did several mistakes. I didn't have a coach. By online searching in internet, and I did my training wrong way, but I did. Then I went to US for my first competition, 2014 in Chicago, IKFF, the Association of Steve Carter.
Okay.
And I knew there Ken Blackburn. Ken Blackburn is a famous American coach. I did very bad at that competition. I did very bad. I was strong, I was fit, I was lean, but older guys beat me at that time because they had a better technique, more years of training, and
Yes.
it made total difference. And I entered in contact with Ken Blackburn, and since 2014, I got his advice on coaching until the year of 2019.
Okay.
Then since then, I'm training on my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
Wow. So basically, it's a very long journey for you, but you had a very huge background of strength training, right? You had a background of
definitely.
powerlifting, you had a background of swimming. Your body was very well conditioned. My question is, you've been consistently doing training since 16, 17. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're doing consistent training up to 41, then you get into kettlebell sport, and now you're doing kettlebell sport. Now you're very well conditioned. Does this conditioning system actually help you in kettlebell sport? Technique is different. What I mean to say is, question is very straightforward. You want to survive 10 minutes, but you had this background. So how did this conditioning help you? First question. Second is, did it really help you, or was it a really different perspective towards the training? Say, for example, changing in the endurance program, changing in the strength program, changing in the nutrition. So if you can just give me a little bit insight on that.
Okay, you were correct. I have a good background on strength training and endurance training. Yes, of course. And now I had to add this information. I'm doing swimming. I got back to a veteran team in swimming, a master team in swimming. So I can train swimming 3 times a week and kettlebell sports 3 times a week. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday swimming training. It's a strong training. It's hard. It's a team in my club, and to enter in competition. And Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, kettlebell sports training. So I rest on Sundays. What I mean, swimming is helping my kettlebell sports, and kettlebell sports is helping my swimming. And we can add it to
It
my
is
background of
it is complementing each other. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I used to train very heavy on my weight training, powerlifting, and I continue to training in my GPP, weight training with barbell, with dumbbell. I think the strength is very important as endurance for kettlebell sport. So I still training heavy barbell and dumbbell training, and a huge endurance training as a swimmer.
Okay. No, okay. But when you started your kettlebell sport journey, when you were 41 years, I think you're 52 now. 50.
Yeah. I'm 51. I'm
Okay.
52 on July, and I started with 41 years old. Yeah,
Okay.
41.
So it is 10 years you're lifting kettlebells. But when you participated into first competition in 2014, that is what I think 8 years back, 9 years back, did your background help you in competing? Because when you came for the competition, you were prepared, but you were not very well prepared. But how did that conditioning help you? Did it help you? What if I'm wrong? If I want, can I ask you what were your numbers? Did you play 24 kilos?
Yeah, my first competition, as I said, was on June of 2014.
Okay.
As I said, I was strong, I was resistance, but my technique was very
poor,
was very bad.
Yes.
And my first flight was a snatch with 24 kilos.
Okay.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. I planned to do about 110 repetitions at that time.
Okay.
It was my plan, but 86 repetitions, my hands can't handle.
Okay.
The effort.
Okay.
I have much strong, I have much power, I have much strength, I have much endurance, but my technique was very bad. So I gripped very hard the handle, and 86 repetitions I can go even further.
Oh, that was in 10-minute classic, correct? If it is wrong. In 10 minutes.
5 minutes. No, it was 5 minutes at that time.
Really?
I compete in a 5-minute event. Yeah, I didn't have the technique to endure that 10-minute set.
So that was one arm long cycle or 2 arm long cycle?
No, it was snatch. Snatch.
Oh, snatch. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was snatch, 5 minutes. My plan was over 100 repetitions, but 86 was my limit. And I did a little set of jerk, 5 minutes also with double 24. It was horrible also.
Okay. Now, going ahead, these days, after so much of experience which you have compiled over 10 years now, are you focusing on 10-minute classic, or are you focusing on marathon, or are you focusing on both events in your further competition? Both events, okay.
After this competition in United States, with coach Ken Blackburn, I specialized in biathlon.
Okay.
10 minutes. Biathlon 10 minutes.
Okay.
With 24 kilos.
Okay.
I started my competition career, my season in kettlebell sport with biathlon 24 kilos. And after some years, I achieved very good results. For example, 230 points of biathlon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think jerk was 135 and snatch over 200.
Wow.
over 200. Yeah,
That's great.
and
That's great.
I specialize in biathlon.
Biathlon.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, biathlon. Then I did some 28s with 28 kilos.
Okay.
After that, then I went to long cycle,
Okay.
and now uh, 3 years, 3 years from now, I'm doing several things:
Okay.
marathon, half marathon, classic lifting,
Okay.
and very and many online competitions with several weights and several types of movements.
Okay. Okay. I would like to ask this question to you.
Okay.
What has changed in past 2 years of kettlebell serious lifting within you? What has changed? Mind, body, fitness, if you can just highlight that. Anything you want to share in 2 years.
2 years.
In a serious 2 years, 3 years training.
Okay. We have the pandemic experience,
Yes.
and I trained
In pandemic.
very hard during this period because I training at home. I have a little gym at home, so
Okay.
it's very easy to train at home, and I
Yes.
like to train.
Okay.
It's a very pleasure for me to train. It's like a therapy. I need to train. It's very difficult to quit a training session, to lose a training session. And when I travel, I take my kettlebells with me. I train inside a hotel room. But I
Very
mean,
well.
I always
Okay.
train because I like it. So in 2 years, uh, I gained lots of confidence
Okay.
regarding my technique. I try to stay more relaxed uh, under the kettlebells. I think the technique and the relaxation and the economy part of the lifting is very important, and I'm trying to train that.
Okay.
Stay more relaxed, to endure more time, gaining technique. So
Okay.
in 2 years, my mind was very better, and my technique also improved a lot.
How has it helped in developing your mental strength? Has
Uh,
it?
Totally, yeah. Kettlebell sport is a sport who develops a very strong mind,
Yes.
because in a classic event, when you achieve 7, 8 minutes, your mind is telling you to stop. So you have to go further, and you can achieve 10 minutes. Regarding 6, 7 minutes was like hell for you in your mind. So the training process, the hard training sessions, is training you to strengthen your mind.
Yes.
I always say a thing: you have to train like a competition, and you have to compete like a training. So your training have to be hard, and you don't have to release the bells before the scheduled time.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It is very important.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
stay always stopping your set
Yes.
before you
Before.
prescribe a set,
Yes.
you are training your mind to do the same thing at the competition.
Yes. Yes.
So during training, your mind tell you to stop, but you have to say other things. Go on until you finish your set. Even if you stay at the right position,
Right
that's
position. Yeah.
always complete your set. So you are training your mind as your muscles, as your lungs and your heart. The mind
How
is
yes. How do you get motivated for that? What do you do to motivate that? if you're doing a 10-minute set, and if you're holding, say, double 24 or double 32s, and you know you have covered 7 minutes, how do you surpass the 3 minutes? Do you train yourself separately for that? What do you do to
Uh,
motivate yourself? I hope you understand the
yeah,
question.
yeah. I understand your question. For example, in a long cycle set, 10-minute sets with double 24.
Yeah.
I did several sets in competitions and training, and I like so much 10 minutes long cycle, and it's very hard.
Yes.
I know I'm going to suffer. I know it will be very hard, and my 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 technique or what I do is to count on every minute until 10. For example, my goal is to achieve 100 repetitions in 10 minutes. During the 5 minutes, each minute on 10. Minutes 110,
One. Yes.
2 to 3, 10, 10, until 50. After 50, I count 50, 51, 52, 60. This is the game that I play during
Yes.
a 10-minute set.
Okay.
This is good for me.
Okay.
Until 7. And at the minutes of 6 or 7,
Okay.
it's very hard. So I try to see the other minutes. If I am with 7, I have to reach 8, and if I reach 8, I have to reach 9. So just one minute left, and it's over.
Yes.
It's a mental game
Yes.
you do with your mind. Just more 1 minute, just more 5 repetitions.
Yes.
I
I
think
got it.
each athlete has his own game with mind,
Yes.
and
Yes. Yes.
we will develop it in training with different strategies. I think you have different strategies
Yes.
than I am,
Yes.
and I'm changing it.
Yes.
And I'm
Yes.
changing it in the okay, and
Yes.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Every training is different. Every coach has a different aspect towards the training for a person. Every anatomical structure of every human being is different. So the training has to be different. It can't be similar. Although certain things can be similar, but the journey for a man from 24 to 32 kg is different for you, different for me. My body weight is lighter, you are probably more heavier than me, your training program is going to be different. The training program for a person who's mid-size is different. So yeah, it is absolutely true. But the most important aspect personally I feel is the benefits which person gets is very important. Getting mentally very strong, physically very strong, and that basically helps you get much better in your work. Ultimately, when you're doing kettlebell sport, we have to also see other things which is going to help our day-to-day routine programs, and that is which basically can make you more comfortable. That's how it is. Now, you've been training for a really long time, although you are from a different background, but your nutrition would also be something very meticulous. So how do you take care of your nutrition, if you can just tell us? Because the nutrition what you're taking at the age of 25, 35, 45 is different than the nutrition which you're taking at the age of 50, 51, or even 60, because your digestive system is probably weak, probably strong. It is again depending upon every person. Some people do a lot of intermittent fasting. What is your take on the nutrition when it comes to eating, taking supplementation post 50, if you want to do very good in kettlebell sport?
Yeah. Honestly, I have a good knowledge of nutrition because I studied, and I think it's the main important aspect of nutrition. You have to fuel properly your body. It's like a car with a good gas, a good. So kettlebell sport and and swimming also, you have to be to ingest a good amount of calories, an ideal amount of calories to endure the training program. Calories, yeah, you don't have to cut calories at low level, so you cannot train properly. And after 40, after 50, you cannot eating too much. So even with a hard training, you are gaining weight,
Yes.
you are gaining fat.
Yes.
That's saying that you cannot training so hard that you cannot pay attention in nutrition. It's wrong. After 40, after 50, you have to pay good attention on nutrition.
Yes.
So even training hard, you were gaining fat.
Yes. Yes.
With 20, 25, no, your metabolism is
Better.
higher,
Yes, higher.
is faster, and you don't have this problem. But after the age 40, 50, you have to pay attention on your calories, maintain a good amount of calories, a good amount of protein, of course. Protein is very important, very, very important to maintain your muscle mass, or muscle mass.
Yes.
Carbohydrates in a good level, not cutting drastically your carbohydrates. Good amount of fat, and supplements. I do a basic level supplements. I take protein powders,
Okay.
some carbohydrate powders, now and there some creatine. It's not obligatory to take creatine in kettlebell sport, but I feel better. I have more strength. I have more, so it's not demanding to take creatine. But my supplementation is very basic, nothing fancy, and I try to eat good, lots of protein, good carbohydrates, vegetables, good source of fat, and a good post-workout meal is very important. Train a pre-workout meal, I think, is important. I drank some amino acids intra-workout, inside my workout, some amino acids and some carbohydrates.
Okay.
It's important to stay fit.
Yes.
Your workout.
Workout
So,
sessions. Yes.
nothing fancy. It's I try to eat good.
Okay. So you are vegetarian. Do you take non-vegetarian food, like chicken and fish? Chicken, fish.
Protein food. Yeah,
Protein.
yeah. Chicken, fish, red meat also, and protein powder, whey protein. Whey protein. Yeah, I weigh around 97 kilos, so I have a big demanding of protein
Okay.
to fuel my body, and protein I think is very important also for us, like carbohydrates and a
Yes.
good amount
Yes.
of calories.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay, okay, great. So do you when you're doing kettlebell training, you're doing kettlebell training for like past 10 years now, do you have any negatives about kettlebell? You have got some injury or maybe something else, if you have faced anything with maybe 32 kilos or maybe 24 kilos, and if at all, how have you dealt with it? If you can just answer that question, if you have got an injury.
Well, okay, let's go back a little. I used to run a lot.
Okay.
Together with my weight training, I did several long distance running because I like it, and I had the desire to improve my running. So I don't have the body of a runner.
Okay.
If, even I've stayed lean, I weighted 200 pounds. It's way too high for a running athlete.
Yes.
And after my running career, I I had a big problem on my knees
Okay.
and several other problems, iliotibial band syndrome, uh, shin splints, and all that
Jeez.
injuries of a runner had.
Okay.
So I have to quit running. I don't run anymore. I don't
Okay.
run because I can't. I can't run anymore because my knees
Hurt.
are very bad for running.
Okay.
So I started kettlebell with a bad knees, some bad shoulders, some bad lower back. And I say to you, kettlebell sports, uh, other people can see outside and say, no, this sport is very dangerous. This sport is bad for your knees, is bad for your lower back. The rack position is very strange. You will hurt yourself.
Yes.
They are they are wrong. Kettlebell sports is one of the most beneficial and safe sports that I ever have.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and I came to the sport with a bad knees, bad shoulders for weightlifting. Weightlifting, of course. Uh, Sometimes my shoulder hurts, my lower back, and my knees. But I can train. I can train. I cannot train running anymore, but I can train kettlebell sports.
Yes. Yes.
So even if a guy with an older age than I am, I can train kettlebell. It's a very safe sport for all ages. For
Yes.
all ages.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, of course, my knees is not for. It's not like a young guy knees, but I can train in my limits. Of
Yes.
course, I have limits. I
Yes.
cannot train 5, 6, 7 days a week. I
Yes.
can train 3 days a week and I can do well
Yes.
for my age and for my performance. Okay,
Yes.
I have issues. I have
Yes.
issues lower back and knees, but uh, I can train. I can
Mhm.
train and
Yes.
safely.
Yes, yes, that's the biggest advantage because in comparison with weightlifting, in comparison with bodybuilding, in comparison with
Okay.
powerlifting, kettlebell lifting will have the minimal injury or probably no injuries. So
Correct.
yes,
Correct.
yes, yeah. So that's when it comes to lifting, kettlebell is a tool. So we are doing a lifting, so it comes under the category of lifting. Similarly, the barbell lifting or CrossFit people or probably people who are doing weightlifting, these are also lifting sport. We are more of endurance sport, but we are still lifting equipment. We are still lifting a tool, so it come under lifting sport. So that's a very beauty of the sport that we have very less injury. That's very
Yeah.
positive point. And as you
Yeah.
mentioned that you had injuries, you had lower back problem, you had shoulder problem, you have knee problem, you have shin splits, and still you can do kettlebell sport.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Uh,
the big advantage.
you were right. You see, comparing with running, running is a dangerous sport for a guy with a higher body mass. It's uh, it's dangerous. It's
Yes.
dangerous uh, for your joints. For uh, comparing to kettlebell sports, soccer. I used to play soccer in Brazil. It's a very dangerous sport for your joints.
Yes. Yes.
So kettlebell sports is very safe. It's
Safe.
very safe, and you can improve your joints. You can improve your problems doing kettlebell sports. Um,
Yes.
high repetitions, for example, in swing, clean, you can strengthen your lower back in a different way of powerlifting, 1 rep max or huge weights. So I guess doing high reps, clean or swings, improve your lower back health.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes, 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 yes. Wow, it's a great interaction, and mostly viewers who are novice, and especially the people or lifters who are about 45 years in India and want to get started with the kettlebell sport journey. This is going to be like a master class for them, because many people have doubt post 45, post 50. Can I do this? How it is going to help me? But I'm sure if they look up the complete video, then they will definitely get the good sense out of it. Great. So now you have trained with coach and without coach. So
Okay.
what is the difference between that? And what is the experience you're getting of training with a coach and you're training by yourself? How do you plan your a competition with and without coach?
Okay. I started 2014, 2013 without a coach, and
Okay.
did several mistakes because in Brazil it was a new sport.
Yes.
Nobody was doing the sport, and I had to search a way to train on the internet, and
Okay.
I made several mistakes regarding technique and planning of training.
Okay.
Uh, and number one advice, especially for beginner, you have to get a coach.
Yes.
It's very important to hire a coach or to get advice for a good coach or an experienced athlete. It's
Yes.
very, very important. It's very
Yes.
important. So during 5 years, more or less, I had the advice of a coach, and
Yes.
I made fast improvements,
Yes.
quick improvement, and fast improvements. So it's very beneficial to hire a coach, especially at the beginning of our training career.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, and I did very well with a coach. Did several competitions, improved my numbers a lot.
Okay.
Then on 2019, uh, I I guessed that training alone was better for me
Okay.
for one reason. As I said, my joint limitations,
Yes.
and I knew my body very good as
Okay.
as anyone. So I wake up in the morning, so I cannot train jerk. Uh,
Okay.
I have to train snatch.
Okay.
So I listened better my body, and I knew better my body.
Okay.
So it's impossible for me to have a 3 4 weeks plan.
Yeah.
I have to manipulate my train daily because my age and the different types of movements I'm
Yes.
ready to do.
Okay.
So I'm doing well training on my own 3 4 years from now,
Okay.
uh,
Super.
and and I'm doing several types of movements, several types of durations of training.
Okay.
So I'm not a specialist of movements right now.
Okay.
I'm more a generalist.
Okay.
Generalist. I'm ready to compete in long cycle. I'm ready in competing in snatch, in jerk. I'm not better at long cycle if I train just long cycle, but I can do well in 30 minutes, in 10 minutes, even in marathon. I'm
Okay.
well prepared for all types of durations and now
Lifting.
all types of movements, all types of lifting. So I'm good training on my one right now.
Okay.
Right now,
Okay.
but my advice is to hire a
I
coach.
had a coach
It's
initially when you
very
start. Yes. Yes.
at the beginning.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, because initial level, when you screw up your technique, then it becomes very difficult for you to get back that technique correct. And initially, if you get a good coach, how you know how to do the rack position, the good lockouts, then I think most of the things are sorted.
Yeah, because kettlebell sports, for a guy who are looking outside, no, it's an easy sport. It's not technical. It's just to lift the weight overhead. No, it's very technical.
Yes.
Each movement has 10, 11, 14 points to improve.
Yes.
The position of your hands inside the handle,
Yes.
the position of your elbows during the rack,
Yes.
The position of your knees, the down phase, the bump, the lockout. It's very technical. It's very and the technique is very important. You know, you can have an athlete much stronger, much resistant, but the guy with a better technique is always gaining advantage. And
100%.
technique we will learn during your years of career, during your training age.
Yes.
Training age, it's a good term of sports. Training age is how many years do you training? And kettlebell sports is very important, very important. Repetitions in your belt, repetitions and training age. It's very important. It's like a pilot of a flight.
Yes.
The pilot has hours of flight. You, in kettlebell sports, repetitions in your training career.
Yes.
Yes. Repetitions, and gaining technique, and always inside your training, always thinking about technique, even in your warm-up series.
Yes. Yes.
It's
absolutely.
very important to each training you are gaining better technique. My technique is not perfect. It's a long way. And there is no limit. You always, I'm not happy with my technique. And each training, you were trying to be happy with your technique. But it's endless process.
Yes.
Mastering your technique.
Yes. Yes. That's a great advice. And yeah, I'm sure people who are watching would understand that how important the repetitions are there. The more repetitions you have, the age of the training becomes much senior, and that is how you refine your technique. Yeah, absolutely. I would like to know your best numbers of kettlebell sport lifting in biathlon, long cycle, half marathon, and if you have done full marathon. In all formats, with maybe the best numbers, if they're international, probably international, or if there it is local and national, even that is fine.
I love to train and I love to compete. My first competition was 9 years ago, and I compete a lot. During the time at national level, and I competed outside Brazil, in Argentina, in the United States, and several national level competitions.
Okay.
And after the pandemic, the online competitions got started.
Yes.
And I entered in very online competitions. So my numbers, I did a lot of competition in several weights category, several formats, and several movements. Some of my best results, snatch, 10 minutes, 24 kilos, 231 repetitions.
Okay.
Snatch, 28 kilos, 200 repetitions.
Okay.
Snatch, 32 kilos, 157 repetitions.
Okay.
Biathlon, as I said for you, the biathlon double 24, 230 points.
Yes.
Biathlon double 28, 185 points.
Okay.
Long cycle double 24, 107 repetitions is,
Okay.
and on training 110 repetitions.
Wow.
Half marathon, my best, one of my best was 30 minutes, one arm long cycle with 30 kilos.
30
400,
kilo.
30, 30
30.
kilos,
Okay.
30, 400 repetitions.
Okay. Wow. That's a good number.
Jerk, one arm jerk, 28 kilos, to 8, 600 repetitions,
Wow.
more or
That is
less.
30 minutes.
30, 30 minutes, 600 repetitions. And for marathon, I did some marathon in training and online competitions. 1 hour, one arm jerk, 1 hour, 1 hour, one arm jerk with 24 kilos, 1,200 more or
Okay.
less.
Wow.
And several other competitions. But I have one thing is important, is a good advice, is to maintain a training log,
Yes.
is to write all your training and all your competitions. I
Yes.
have basically all my training and all my competition results in my computer, so I can assess what I did right and what I did wrong. So I have all my numbers and my training on a log, on a computer log, and,
Wow.
and that's it. So I compete a lot,
Okay.
more than 200 competitions between online and in person.
Wow. Great. Great. That's a great number with all, I think, with your huge background of fitness and sport. I think you have did really great, and there are very few athletes all over the world who are consistently training and delivering such kind of results. And I think I'm sure you
Thank
should be
you.
in first 5% or in top 10% when it comes to lifting with your own body weight. And the kind of experience what you have, which you're sharing, the way you have mentioned that logs are important and all the numbers, like you're not checking any diary, you're just speaking, so everything is here. So that's also
Yeah.
that's a great great way of keeping the logs in your mind, brain, and speaking about it. Great. Now, yeah, we are on the end, so maybe if you want to just give a very good message to the Indian lifters who want to get started kettlebell lifting post 45 or 50. What is your take on it? Probably two messages. One message is for the people who want to just get started, and one with the people who are lifting kettlebells for or doing strength training or any kind of sport for longer time. So maybe quick 2 points on it.
Uh, okay, for a beginner, kettlebell sport is a good sport. It's fun. It's fun. It's hard, but it's fun. Uh, and you have to be a very good determination and a very willpower to win and to enhance your numbers and to get better. And your healthy will be better also. Uh, it will be it will be very hard at the beginning, the first 1 year, the second and third year, but after that, the things makes more sense, and you try to improve a lot. So my advice: uh, don't give up. Don't give up. It's like a jiu-jitsu or judo fighter who quits at the white belt or blue belt and have the potential to achieve the black belt, but quit in the middle of the journey. So go ahead, trust in yourself, and don't quit at the beginning. Don't quit. Uh, stay, try to stay motivated. Try try to 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 ask a coach, to get a good coach, and it's a good sport. It's hard,
Yes.
but it's very fun for you and for your health.
Yes.
Yeah, and
As for the
now
experienced.
for people with 45 years old and more.
Yeah, what experienced?
Okay.
The people who are doing kettlebells and kettlebell sport or any other sport for a long time, what is the advice for them so that they can take up to the next level?
Okay. First of all, I like so much to train. It's very hard sometimes for a guy who is 50, 51 years old to have motivation and to have determination, but I I stay consistent with my training, and my advice for guys over 40, it's a safe sport. It will be very good for you, for your health. It will improve your posture. It will improve your your joints, your pain. Um and you can get better numbers over 40, over 50 years old. Even a guy who starts lifting kettlebells at the age of 40 or 45 can increase so much the numbers. And my main motivation and stay competitive and to be able to get in the platform and be able to fight in a good sense with guys with the age of 20 or age of 30 or 40. I stay
Yes.
competitive even with the guys younger than me.
Younger. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, younger. I
Wow.
can I can compete side by side with younger athletes with
Yes.
good numbers and and good technique.
Yes.
So my advice is never give up. Trust in the sport. It's a good sport for your health. It's a good sport uh, for you, and it's a fun sport. You have to be happy. You have to uh, take this part of fun in the sport. Uh,
Yes.
have fun. Have fun
Yeah.
during your set. Uh,
Yes.
have fun during your 10-minute set.
Yes.
It's hard to think about it, but it's possible. It's
Yes.
possible. During the 8 minutes, you start to think, oh, this
Two
will
minutes.
be my last set of my life. Then when you put your kettlebell on the ground, you start to think another set, another
Yes.
competition.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
it's very
It's
it's
very,
it's
yeah.
very strange,
Yeah.
and
That's why you have to be mentally very strong. Yeah.
yeah, this is a strong of mind.
Yes.
So and the benefit of a strong mind, then you can take to other aspects of your life. Uh, the sport uh, helps you in other aspects of your life,
Yes.
family aspects, work aspects.
Yes.
So it's very beneficial.
Yes.
So go lift some kettlebells. It
Yes.
will be very good for you.
Great. 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 Thank you, Lionel. It's been great interacting. I mean, the time is always less. We can go for another 1 hour, but I really want to keep this under 45 minutes, which will really help the viewers to take the content. And I wish you good luck for your upcoming competitions. Which is the next competition, by the way, going to, you are looking
we're
forward?
gonna have some. We're gonna have some state level competition on April here in São Paulo.
Okay.
Some in-person competition, and I've been doing several online competitions around the world.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that's it. In person on April, in online,
Okay.
many competitions
Okay.
during the month.
Great.
Just the month, yeah.
Christian Tier, no? Christian Tier.
Christian Tier,
Yeah. So
yeah.
he's from Brazil.
He's
Yeah.
a friend of mine.
Yes.
He lives on the south of Brazil.
South of
He's a
Brazil. Yes. Yes.
great athlete, great human being, and great coach also.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
he's
Yes.
one of the pioneers of kettlebell sport in Brazil.
Yes. Yes. I met him several times. Yes. Yeah. So you're
Yeah, great person.
yeah. So I look forward for you to meet in one of the competitions whenever it get time. Yes, and I wish you good luck and thank you very much for accepting this offer. And I really look forward for your great numbers, the way you have mentioned to me. I want you to take up your fitness and your journey of the kettlebell sport to the next level in 2023. I wish you good luck.
Oh, Parag, thank you very much. I appreciate. I thank you for the moment to share my experience, and I wish you good luck also.
Yes.
Hope to meet you in person one day.
Yes.
Okay, thank you
Yes.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, people. Thank you,
Thank you.
people of India and around the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I hope to be. Then I was clear. I'm sorry about my English, and
Perfect.
I hope I share very well my 10 years experience in kettlebell sport.
Absolutely.
Thank
It
you,
was
Parag.
clear. It is absolutely clear English. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Parag.
Thank you. Yeah.